I did a lot of random things as a kid: drama, athletics, basketball, cricket, football, rugby, art, like all these different things. And I never thought at that stage I would end up being an entrepreneur. I never thought I'd end up becoming a millionaire, making 7 figures, buying my first house, and like just doing all this stuff that I've done over the last 6 years. So I just wanted to document like what my journey actually looks like and give you a real like raw insight into what it's actually like and what the journey looks like, so you can understand, get my perspective, and get some value from it. Because a lot of people get this misconception. I think like entrepreneurship is super over glamorized, especially in this modern day. It's all about materialism, it's all about cars and fancy things, and everyone just thinks that everyone has the mindset of like, I'm just going to work for 4 years and sacrifice everything, and so I can go and live this life and go and have all these crazy cars and just live life and do what I want. But that's just not the reality, right? It's like super over glamorized. You actually end up falling in love with the work and not the money aspect. I think at least that's what real true entrepreneurs do. And the reason I wanted to explain my journey and just give you guys a deeper insight into what it's actually like, I just think it would be super beneficial with how everything is going on the online space right now. I think a lot of people feel inadequate. I think a lot of people just constantly comparing themselves to other people, like E-Man and all these types of people. And there's also a lot of fear-mongering marketing going on from the likes of E-Man and the Tate brothers and all these kinds of people, where it's like, you have to get rich now or you're going to get trapped and this and that. And I think I personally don't agree with it. Just because I think it puts people, especially young kids, in that it makes them operate based out of fear and urgency and scarcity. And I don't think you can enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. And I don't think that you can become a good entrepreneur if you operate in every day out of fear and scarcity and urgency. And a lot of people are only doing it for money, but not to actually go through the journey and become the best version of themselves and learn everything there is to know about themselves and understand themselves and to impact others around them. And so like, the one thing that I want to say before I start this video is like, the place that you're currently at, like wherever you are right now, that's exactly where you're meant to be. Right? That's exactly where you're meant to be. Wherever you're at right now, that is exactly where you're meant to be. And so you're never going to be in that place again, right? You can never go back in time. And so the you now that's grinding, that's on the come up, just like I was, like I'm with you on this, like the grind, the come up, you're never going to experience that again. And so those are the best moments. Like I miss so much being in my old place with my dog by my side, who's now passed away, and just having those days where I would just grind and just like be broke and just like I just miss those days, and they're never going to come back. And I would actually do anything. I'd give up all the money and all the stuff I've got right now to go back and enjoy those moments and really just enjoy being there in that present moment, being with family. And it's just, a lot of people are just have this scarcity urgency-based mindset where they just want to get everything now. And social media doesn't help. And even potentially I'm a part of the problem as well, where I show, Instagram is a highlight reel, right? Which is why I wanted to do YouTube daily, because I don't like pushing, like Instagram is more of a highlight reel for me, so I can see the things I've done. But I just don't think it's good for society overall, which is why I want to create YouTube. And which is why I've literally made a YouTube video every single day for the last 40 something days since January 1st. Because I want to give people a real insight into what it's like. I've not left the country yet. I've just been in my house for the last 40 odd days, just working. That's the reality. And so that's why I wanted to start YouTube, so people could really see what it's like and not just see the bullshit highlight reels on my Instagram. So I don't want people comparing themselves to me and feeling inadequate because I'm 23 and I make all this money and blah, 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 right? That's the last thing I want. I truly want to impact and help people, right? So that being said, I did a lot of random things as a kid. I was one of those kids that was super curious. And I think that has been my superpower until this day, is curiosity. Curiosity is just, I don't know why I was always curious, but I would always ask questions about everything. I would always question everything. I would always question beliefs. I would always look into things regardless of where I was. I would always go through these phases of obsession, because I would be curious about something, and then I would like learn more about that thing, and I would actually start to like it, and then I'd become obsessed, and I'd go through these phases, whether it was Pokemon cards that I was really obsessed with as a kid, or Lego, or kids always have those phases, right? And I think I never lost that curiosity, and I think a lot of people lose the curiosity as they get older. And kids are naturally more creative, naturally more pure, have better energy, are more curious, and I think are way more creative. And so you need to like try and keep on to that aspect. And if you've lost it, look deep within yourself to try and get that part of you back, because that's what I believe has truly propelled me to where I'm at, is just being curious about everything, right? And as a kid, it can be curious about the things your parents say. It can be curious about the thing that one of your friends are doing, or curious about this new Lego or whatever it is. And as you get older, it can be curious about this way that someone's making money, or curious about the way that how this guy lives his life and the beliefs that he has, and then questioning your own beliefs. And I think curiosity is one of my biggest superpowers. I think curiosity plus naivety and plus delusional optimism have created what I've currently got. I'm not exceptionally talented at anything. I'm not exceptionally skilled at anything. I'm generally just a regular guy. But I'm also completely naive of to what the road's going to be like, what I'm going to accomplish. And I'm also completely delusional to just know that it's already happened, no matter how big that thing is, right? And that has been a superpower to me. And yeah, it's interesting because I did a lot of random things as a kid because I was super curious. I did drama for a while. I was doing drama. I would literally go to drama classes and like act and do stuff on stage. And like I did drama. I played cricket. I was pretty good at cricket. Like I did athletics. I was a pretty high level athlete. I actually was a part of the Welsh team. I would travel around the world to train and compete. I was a pretty high level athlete, won a lot of big championships, had like the fastest times in my age group in the country, and like all these things. And I did that for a while and thought I was just going to be an Olympian. Again, regardless of everything I've done, I've always been delusional to think, if this is the thing I'm doing, I'm obsessed with, I'm going to be the best at it. Whether that's playing supercards, WWE supercards when I'm in school, and all my friends start playing it, I'm like, I have to be the best. I have to be better than all these people. I'm going to go spend money on Apple gift cards and just go and be better than them, right? And that transitioned all through my life to where I just treat everything like that. And I treat everything like I become obsessed with it. Like I have to be the best. In athletics, I did the same. All the games I've ever played, like Fortnite, the same stuff. Like I generally, when I went all in on Fortnite, because I loved the game and I became obsessed with it, my entire goal was like, I'm just going to become a pro Fortnite streamer. Like that's it. I'm going to become a pro Fortnite gamer. And I was putting 12 hours a day into this game because I just have I've had these obsessions throughout my life. And now my obsession is becoming the best version of me, right? And my obsession was just working really hard for a while, sleep deprivation, like as an addiction that I've had, like staying up late. And it's still an addiction that I'm facing now, is like sleep. Like I've always faced an addiction with sleep, because when I've been looking and doing therapy recently to try and get over this addiction, because there is an addiction staying up late, like there's no reason to stay up late. Like you should have a sleeping pattern. I should be waking up when the sun rises and going to bed at normal times, because your body is biologically adapted to do that, and that's how you're going to get the most energy. Like think of this, it doesn't make sense to wake up tired. You've just been to sleep. Why are you tired? You should have been refreshed, right? And so like you want to be waking up in tune with the sun, because your body is just it's just matter, just like everything else, right? And so therefore I'm trying to break the addiction right now of sleep, because over the past 6 years I associate staying up that extra hour to do the work. There's some type of payoff, right? Just like there's a payoff to an alcoholic when he drinks, it's just one more drink, or payoff to like a hoarder, or there's all these addictions, these bad addictions, or a gambler, right? There's all these payoffs that are subconscious that you might not be consciously aware of. But the reason you keep doing the thing, the reason you're addicted, is because there's a level of payoff that you've grown to love, that your subconscious is just, that's what it is, right? And so the sleep my sleep deprivation issue and my addiction to staying up late and never having a sleep cycle. I've always had fucked sleeping patterns. I went to bed at 5 a.m. last night and I woke up at 12. It's not good. Like, it's just, I've just always had these random cycles. Like, tomorrow I could end up waking up at 3, and that's something that I'm actively fighting right now, is to break this sleep addiction that I've got, right? Because there's been a payoff, and it's not going to be easy, I know that, but over the past 6 years, I've associated, right, I was never aware of it until recently as well, that's the next step. I'm now aware of my addiction, and I know I'm addicted, so I know I need to break the cycle, which I 100% will. But now I'm aware of it. But for the past 6 years, I didn't know why. Why is my sleeping pattern always fucked? I've never been able to have a sleeping pattern. I've had all these beliefs that I've never challenged. I'm just a night owl, blah, 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 blah. When I challenge my beliefs and sat there with a therapist, it's all bullshit. It's just all cope. It's like, and I'm aware of that, right? And so I need to break that sleep addiction, which again, it's not going to be easy, because I associate it with a payoff. Oh, if I stay up an extra hour on that task, there's a payoff. Like, I've got to this point where I'm at in life now, which is pretty successful, right, by society's standards, and therefore, like, that I've stayed up late and I've had this sleeping pattern that's got me to you, but that's not necessarily true. If I'd had a good sleeping pattern, I probably still could have got you, and I might have even got you faster, right? And so, like, that's something that I need to stop doing, because I'm addicted to, if I'm doing a task, it doesn't matter, that needs to get done, I'll just stay up an hour later, right? Now, that was a bit of a tangent, but like, just going back, I did a lot of random things as a kid, like I explained. Football, art, like I did a lot of art, like pretty good artist. Basketball, like I did everything and tried everything, right? I literally tried every single thing because I was just super curious, right? And I think that really helped me. And so, like, even when I was playing basketball, there was a delusional, naive part of me that genuinely 110% believed that I was going to be in the NBA. If I just take this seriously and just go all in on basketball, I could 100% be in the NBA in the next 3 years, even though I didn't start playing basketball until I was like 15, 16. But I genuinely 100% believe that I could 100% make it to the NBA. So that's a superpower I've always had, is just being completely fucking crazy, naive, delusional, but also curious. And the curious is the start, because the curiosity is what gets you into the things in the first place. Once you're in them, then you need that naivety, then you need that delusional optimism, and that fucking craziness. Like, I'm fucking crazy, like, literally, right? I think all entrepreneurs at a level are crazy fucking psychopaths, because you just do mundane shit day in, day in, day out without seeing any results, and just know for some reason it's going to pay off, right? And so, like, I think every entrepreneur is crazy, because it's very hard, really fucking difficult. It's definitely easier now than it's been because of social media and because of the internet. But it's a lot. It is also regardless. Not going to get into that. So, did all these things. Went through school, following the normal path. Like I said, I thought I was going to be all this thing: Olympian, NBA player, like all these different things that I did. Right, fucking famous artist, wherever. Right, actor in Hollywood. Right, like I said, every single thing I've done, I've had an obsession with, and thought that I was going to be the best in that. And so then when athletics was like one of the last things that I did, that I thought I was going to be like an Olympian and blah, blah, blah. And then those dreams got crushed just from bad injuries, and realizing a lot of people at that level actually take a lot of like performance enhancing drugs to recover, because I was battering my body 5 days a week as like a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old, like hitting it hard every single day, like running track, like 800 meters. It's not good for your body when you're developing and going through that phase of life. And so, like, I battered myself. And so when I was getting injuries, and then I'm not the type of person, I've never smoked a cigarette, I don't drink, I don't do any of that shit, right? Never touched a drug. And so, like, when it would come to like the point where it was like, if you want to recover, you kind of need to start taking performance enhancing drugs. It's like, I'm out of this sport. This is not for me. This is crazy. I wouldn't do that at all. And so, like, you realize at the high level, everyone's doing that because the amount of training they put this body through. And it's not a bad thing. Like, you actually need it to recover when you're putting your body through that much stress, right? At a high level athlete, you have to. They're all doing it. If you think not, you're delusional. And if they're not, then they're a freak, like just a freak genetic, like absolute genetic freak, which is very rare, right? And that wasn't me. And so after that, I was like, I just felt lost, right? I had this point in my life where I was just like super lost. And I was like, I went to college, I was just following the traditional path. And I was like, right, athletics didn't work out for me. So my next step, and this is where like everything almost got killed for me, my naivety, my delusional optimism, my dreams, and this is where I lost it for a bit, right? So that's what I'm saying. If you feel like at a stage where you've lost that curiosity and that naivety, try and get it back. Because I've got it back at the stage I'm at right now, but I lost it for a long time. And if you want to say the term, the matrix or the system, it had me brainwashed for a while. And so like when I was 17, 18, and I was in college, I was like, that's the next natural step. All right, I failed as an athlete, but I understand a lot about the body, what it takes to train at a high level, and what it takes to live that life where you just sacrifice everything and you're an athlete. That's all I would do. I train, eat, recover, train, eat, sleep. Like I lived that life as like a high level athlete. Jump on a plane, fly to Africa, do warm weather training, train with Olympians, blah, blah, blah. Ice bath, like I've done it all. Like literally, it's like I've lived multiple lives, right? And so once that got killed, I was like, well, the next natural step for me is I've learned all this stuff about recovery and training and stretching and what it takes at this level. So I'll just become a physiotherapist. That's the next natural step. I'll just become like one of the best physiotherapists that makes like 100 grand a year, because I thought that was a fuck ton of money at the time. I was like, no one in my family's ever made 100 grand a year. Like that would be insane. And so that was my goal. Went to college, did A-level PE. I did A-level media and A-level photography because I just didn't know what else to do. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just going to pick random ass shit and just go to uni and then just do whatever. So I did that, and I missed 255 lessons that first year, somewhere around there. I can remember looking on the college app and it was like, you've missed 255 lessons. And like the head of the college was trying to call meetings with me and asking why I've missed them. And I was just like, I just don't like this shit. I hate this stuff. And so I pretty much just stopped going towards the end of the year, and I like failed all my exams. I showed up for my exams and didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. I failed all of them. And then so like pretty much after that stage, I then when I was like lost, and so I was like, fuck, I hate college. Like I don't want to be in college. Like what the fuck do I do? And so I was like, I don't know. I literally don't know what else I can do. Like, I have to go to college. Everyone is going to college. Everyone's in college. Now, everyone's actually ahead of me because I failed my first year and they're now in their second year and they're going to be going to uni. So I'm going to miss it. And I was like fucking panicking. I was like, I'm fucked. I'm literally fucked. Like, it was depressing as fuck. And I was like, right, I'm just going to have to pick BTEC sport and just suck it up and go back a year. So I went back a year. Then I was with all the younger kids, like the year younger kids than me. And I was the oldest in the class. And I kind of had that authority a bit in that class because I was the older one, and I think a lot of people in the class kind of somewhat looked up to me because I was like the older one in the class, and it was a really fun year in terms of just like the people I met and the experience we had. It was really fun, but like in terms of when it came to the work stuff, like it was BTEC sport, I was just like, this is dog shit. I miss all my assignments. I used to fake sending my assignments to my teacher. I used to literally, she would be like, yeah, do your assignment, blah, blah, blah. I would literally get the assignment doc up. I'd title the doc what the assignment was, and I would go to a app, like a software on my laptop, and go to corrupt the file. I would corrupt the file purposely and send her the corrupted file. And then when she's like, and I would say I would do it from my Mac in the house, and it's all on my Mac, and I never bring my Mac into school. And so when she was like, I can never open your files, it must be from the MacBook. And I was like, yeah, it must be. I have no idea why you can't open my files, knowing I'd purposely corrupted them because I just wasn't willing to do the work. So I played that off for a while. I somehow got away with like doing 8 assignments, and I corrupted all the files. And I was just like, yeah, I'll send them all, don't worry, blah, blah, blah. And I would just put it off week by week, right? So like I'd missed 8 assignments somehow, and then it got to the point where I was like, I can't keep finessing this. Like I can't keep finesse. She's gonna find out that like I haven't done any of my assignments. And so then I was like, I was super lost, and it was very fucking depressing. And I was like, I'm just gonna have to drop out. This isn't for me. I'm just gonna have to drop out and figure this shit out. And so I dropped her an email one night and was just like, I'm dropping out. I don't want to do this class anymore. It's not for me. I need to go and figure my shit out, figure my life out. And then I can remember her saying to all my classmates when I didn't show up, like, oh, you know, he's gonna be back in college. He's not gonna go and do anything. Blah 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 blah. And so then I was just in my house being a bum. My family and everyone was like, oh, he's just a waster. Like, he's just not doing anything, and he needs to go and get a job and help his mum out and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like completely just stay in bed all day, and I would just literally watch Netflix and just completely distract myself from my reality. And I would play games and I would eat tons of shit and wouldn't do anything productive. I would I was a complete bum. And then I was like, I got really fed up with my situation. It's like that quote that Tony Robbins says, like when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, that's exactly when you decide to change. And so that happened to me. And I felt like it was time for a change, but I didn't know what I was looking for. I remember being at my nan's house one night and I was like, a conversation about money came up. And I was really like hurt inside that I didn't have money or I didn't know how to make money, because I can just remember them talking about like how money was such a struggle, and I was like, fuck, I wish I could like help and do something. Like I really wish I could, but it's out of my power. But I didn't realize at the time it was actually fully in my power. So I was searching on YouTube like how to become rich, how to make money quick, like all these things. Nothing, couldn't find anything. And I had just like, I'd like saved all these videos that I'd thought may be good, and I never bothered watching them, right? And then one night, obviously, because I'd searched that stuff, I assumed like YouTube algorithm was like, okay, he's interested in this side of the internet, so we're going to serve him these kind of ads. And then one night I was just doing my regular shit, probably watching some like bullshit YouTube video, distracting myself, and an ad pops up, and it was Alex Becker, and he had a wolf mug, and he was saying, you can sell this and drop ship this from China from AliExpress and sell this and put a margin on it and make the margin, and I'm selling these mugs for $25 and I'm only buying them for $2 and I'm making this much money and it's really easy and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, holy shit, that's fucking genius. And drop shipping wasn't like this big thing at that time, right? Drop shipping was like, that was when it was really just starting out, like when Alex Becker was drop shipping, right? Selling courses. So I was like, holy shit, that's so smart. And that like lit a fire in me. So then I started doing loads of research, because I clicked the ad, signed up for the email. I couldn't afford the course. I was like, I'm not spending that much money. That's retarded. Because I didn't know the power of investing in myself at that point, right? So I was like, right, boom, what do I do? Started researching, started looking on AliExpress, and the one thing I did do that I see a lot of people not doing is I just took action straight away. I didn't try and learn too much or procrastinate. I just actually took action straight away and learned from taking action, which is something I've always been quite good at, which I think is natural, and I understand that I'm like lucky for that. Because I see a lot of people that fall into the trap of like mental masturbation, where they feel like they have to be perfect and learn every aspect of the business before they do. Whereas me, I've always just fucking jumped in the deep end and done it and seen what happened. So I started my first store like straight away. Within 2 weeks, I had a store up. I built a website. I thought it was the best fucking website ever. Like I'm a natural creative. I have a good eye for design. It was a pretty decent first store. Obviously, I didn't understand about like building stores and funnels for conversion and stuff. It just looked aesthetically pleasing. Built the store, found the products, found the niche. I was like, right, I'm going to do bamboo products because eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, this kind of thing. Boom, boom, boom. Did that. First couple of buyers was like my family and friends. I was like, yes, this is going to work. I'm going to run this business up. This is it. This is it for me. And there's, like I said, the phases of obsession. That was my new obsession. I was like, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be the richest dropshipper. I'm going to have the biggest brand. It's going to be $1 billion brand. Like, this is the start. Like, this is going to be the biggest eco-friendly store on the market. And then I was just doing that, and that was it for me. I was all in. I'm now completely brainwashed myself and sold that this is my path, right? And this is what I was called to do. So I did dropshipping for 2.5 years, day in, day out, relentless fucking workload, trying everything. In that 2.5 year period, I think I must have had maybe, I want to say like 15 to 20 different products in different stores. And each store and each product got a bit better. I was working a job around the same time. Like I was working a job, and I might have a bit of the timelines kind of messed up because like I'm just like thinking on the spot, and I can't like remember the exact timelines, to be completely honest, of like how old and when I was doing it. But like I just remember, right, I was doing dropshipping and I did it for 2.5 years. And in that 2.5 years, each store was getting better and better and better. And I was working a job that I fucking hated. And I was doing a lot of hours in that job. And so like, I was also flipping Pokemon cards as a side hustle. I was flipping Instagram meme pages, like babe pages, stuff like that. I was flipping I was doing all these little things to get more money to this dropshipping business because I needed money for Facebook ads. I bought a mentor, not bought a mentor, but paid for a mentor. His name was George, still a really good friend of mine today, sick guy, absolutely kills it with ecom. And he mentored me. As soon as I started getting mentoring off him, my progression started to go really fast. I started to see some success. Each store was getting better and better and better until I found my first winning product, which took 2 years to find this winning product. And it was a sunset lamp. And TikTok was really popping at the time. And it was a sunset lamp. I've literally got one in there right now. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking perfect. Like the sunset lamp. Oh my God, this is amazing. Facebook ads hadn't worked for me up to that point. So I was like, me being me, I'm just going to dive into something else and try something different. Let me try Snapchat ads, see what happens, right? So I went and ripped a bunch of the popping TikToks, like the organic TikToks, went and like saved them without the watermark and started running them as ads on Snapchat for this sunset lamp. And by my fucking surprise, it started doing well. I was like, holy shit, I've got a winning product. I spent this much on ads and this is the ROAS. This is insane. I found the winner. The Snapchat ads were working. I'd never done them before. And it just started working. I was like, holy shit, I was doing it and consuming everything I could on Snapchat ads, buying courses on Snapchat ads, doing everything I could. And I felt like I cracked it. So I was making money. It was profitable. I remember telling my mentor, George, he was like, yes, let's go. Like, this is what we need to do. Optimize this page, blah, 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 blah. Started killing the game, right? And when I say killing the game, I'd made like $5,000 and I was like, oh my God, this works. Oh my God, this is fucking amazing. and then I realized like, oh my God, I'm out of money on ads. I can't spend any more money, and Shopify still got my money and they haven't paid me out yet. And I got to wait another week for them to pay me. So I have to turn off ads. And I was like, fuck, this is going to kill the momentum of the store. I was like, this is an issue I didn't think of. Like, I didn't know where a pre-mortem was at that time. I didn't know how to solve problems in advance and think what could come up. I just assumed I would just, like I said, I would just do shit, right? And so I was like, oh my God, I'm fucked. I was trying to get loans out. I was trying to ask my nan to like get loans. I was doing everything in my power to get like 10, 20 grand to push into this product. So I knew I could make it work, right? But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out. So I had to wait for Shopify. Then I'd use the money and I'd blow through that money because I would scale ads, and then I'd have to wait again. And I just couldn't scale. And then within like the 2 months, like other competitors started coming in, especially on Snapchat ads as well. Started selling them. People started doing really well. My ads stopped performing. And I just couldn't get it to work again. I just didn't have no money. I run out of money, and I was like, fuck. And Shopify put my payments on hold as well. And I was like, oh, I'm fucked. And so like I didn't make any money. And in total, I was probably left with about $5,000, maybe $6,000. And I was like, well, I'm fucked. I just got to try and find another product, right? But I was like, at the same time, I was like, if I find another product, the same shit's going to happen. Like, what do I do? Like, this doesn't work. Like, this business model breaks. Like, there wasn't organic stuff. There wasn't like, I wasn't thinking along those lines of how I can make a product work organically. I was just holding on the ad side of thing. And so like, if you haven't got a ton of money, like 20 grand, and you like all these drop shippers, they only drop, like all the good drop shippers, they drop ship just to get proof of concept to know it works. As soon as they know the product works, then they go to private labeling and they actually spend a ton of money on stock and inventory so they can ship faster than that. That's what the high level drop shippers do. So drop shipping, you need to be very skilled, and I think you need to have a lot of money because there's tons of skills. But what drop shipping did is it taught me so many different things: video editing, graphic design, direct response marketing, copywriting, website design, like all these different conversion rate optimization, understanding the data behind ads. It learned me so much skills in those 2.5 years that it was still one of the best things I ever did to these days. Even though I didn't have a success with dropshipping, I learned so much: influencer marketing, organic marketing, like all this stuff was just really, really vital to my success. And so I had to go through that journey to not make any money, but to become the person that I currently am today, right? So dropshipping failed. So then I went back to my job and I quit. I literally quit. I was like, okay, I'm just going to quit. I'm going to go back to a job and see what happens. I'm just going to work this job for 6 months. And after 6 months, I'm going to save up all my money, quit, and try something else. Maybe I was thinking about starting a marketing agency, like traditional SMA. So that's what I did. Went to this job. I was doing 80 hours a week, a company called Dale Maintenance, slogging away and just working as my ass off, waking up at 5 a.m, coming home at 7, 8, 9 p.m. some nights, just eating food, then going to bed, right? It was a nightmare. I wasn't doing any work, any personal development throughout this time. I was just working to make money. Because that's the only, like I didn't know any other ways to make money. I was still trying little side hustles and stuff when I had time, but I just couldn't make anything work. So I did that, saved up about $6,000. Came back, reset, and then I was like, right, what do I do? So I bought Ty Lopez's course, right? Bought Ty Lopez's course. I waited until Black Friday, December, to get a discount from $2,000 to $500. Boom, $500 on the course, down to 5.5K. okay, cool. Got 5.5K to make it work. Now a ton of new information on Tyler Wes's SMMA course. Okay, sick, right. Let's run this play. Did the SMMA course, decided my first client was going to be the easy one, and just to practice. I knew this client wasn't going to make me money, but I just wanted to practice a sales pitch in person and see what I could actually do. So I went to the barber that they had, and I pitched him. It didn't work. It was obviously my first sales pitch. He didn't buy it. He wasn't like he just didn't think it would work. And so, okay, cool, I failed. That first failure, I was like, right, I need to pick a different niche. Like, I don't think barbers are going to be scalable. And then I just couldn't figure out, and then I quit SMMA. It lasted like a month. I was like, this business is not for me. I hate this. I was still like kind of somewhat introverted when it came to like sales calls, speaking to strangers at that time. And I was like, yep, no, this business is not for me. I need something like e-com. So then I fell into influencer monetization, where I would approach influencers, and I interned at this company. And I interned at this like semi dropshipping company where they would do dropshipping as a proof of concept, and they would like build, and then once they knew it worked, they would actually get inventory and white label and stuff like that. And what they would do is they would go to influencers, like a gym influencer, for example, and build stores around those influencers, right? And so they would approach a gym influencer with a ton of following and be like, look, we can monetize your following. We've done it for all these people, X, Y, Z. So let us help you build a store, build a brand around you, and we send you the products, you push it as organic content. So that's when I started to learn organic influencer marketing with content, right? And so there's this one store, and I don't know if you guys remember the TikTok booty leggings, but we kind of was almost responsible for blowing them up and making that product famous. We had this girl, decent ass. She had a boyfriend, and it was like a couples kind of page, and we did this insanely good like viral marketing video where she tries on these booty shorts. She goes into her parents and she's like, what do you think of these, dad? Like, mom. And their dad's like, what? Like, whoa, fucking put some clothes, like you can't be wearing that to the gym. And then her boyfriend goes up to her and he's like, oh babe, that's really good. And he like hugs her, and as he hugs her, he wraps like his coat around her ass so they can't see the ass. And it blew up. Every girl was like, oh my God, I want these leggings, I want these leggings, I want these leggings, I want these leggings. And obviously we built a store around her, around those leggings, and put those leggings on the front landing page, right? And so tons of traffic, World Star reposted it. It just went crazy. Like, I mean, like it must have had 100 million views, like overall, maybe even more. It went absolutely insane. In the first day, the store did $74,000 or $78,000. And I was like, holy shit, this business model's insane. That's all organic marketing. We've not spent anything on ads. Holy shit, this is crazy. And I was interning at this company, right? I was just helping out with tons of things. I was building websites, I was helping with marketing, I was building landing pages, like finding products, scouting influencers, all this sort of stuff. But I was learning the business. And then I came to a time where I was like, right, I understand how this works. I'm going to leave. Thanks for all the experience. And I'm going to now go do my own thing. So I started my own thing, and I had this plan to launch this big bikini brand. And I had a crazy offer. It was like a free bikini stuff. And I can remember being on a call with Luca Nets, who's now the owner of Pudgy Penguins, Gel Bass, has done some crazy shit. I was on a call with Luca Nets because we used to have weekly calls. And he explained about this bikini brand that did this, like, you get a free bikini. And it was like, they created this mass movement. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to take this and do this and redesign it and make it better. Called up my friend, yo, we need to do a bikini brand. This is what we're doing. This is going to pop off. We're going to get influencers to say this thing. I forgot the exact offer, but it was a crazy offer. Like, it was crazy. And I just knew it was going to be insane. It was a lot of work. We was trying to get it up and running. We was emailing influencers to do X, Y, Z, and we was trying to get it up and running. And as we were speaking to these these girls, and we was going to build a brands around them and blah blah blah. And as we was going to launch this bikini brand and get influencers to push it organically, we ended up speaking to this one girl. And I seen that she did OnlyFans, and I was like, okay, she does OnlyFans, okay, cool. I didn't know much about OnlyFans at the time. I remember, like, just, this is where the curiosity comes in. I remember being curious, and, like, we was on a call with her, and I just asked her, like, so what is, like, this, like, OnlyFans stuff you're doing? Like, what is that? Like, is it nude? Like, and blah, blah, like, what are you actually doing? And she explained how she did it. And I was like, you know, do you mind me asking, like, how much you actually make from it? And I remember her saying, like, $60,000 a month. And I was like, say what? And that's all you do is X, Y, Z. And she was like, yeah, and I make 60 grand a month. I was like, holy shit, like, what? That's insane. And then I just remember, like, just being super curious and prodding her. And then, like, we built a pretty good relationship with this influencer, and I would like ask her, why do you have your subscription price at this? Why do you have your bio at this? And this is how I learned OnlyFans. And I got really curious about it, and I was like, And I started looking at girls, and like, I remember her telling us about like a friend who had an OnlyFans, but she wasn't seeing the same success, and she tried and tried and tried. And I was like, I'd learned a bit of organic marketing, right, from the other stuff, and I was like, let me see if I can like blow your friend up like you. Let me see if I can like help her with the marketing side of things. Like, do you think she'd be open to that? And she was like, yeah, 100%. So I had a call with her friend, and I was like, right, like, can we do this? Blah, 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 blah. And I tried and failed, and I was like, oh, fuck, this is difficult. But for some reason, I seen the business model, and I was like, I could just do the marketing from and then take a percentage. So I was like, right, that's what I'm going to do. So I started reaching out to girls. I literally went through about 6 girls, didn't get any results. And I was like, fuck. But I was getting better and better each time. It was like a rough draft. And then I started looking into it, and I realized this is a whole industry within itself, OnlyFans management. But then I realized also by speaking to these girls that they would ask me like, are you girls going to do the chatting and stuff for me as well? And I was like, what the fuck? And like, okay, I just thought of it as like a marketing, and I would take like 10, 20% to do the marketing to blow them up, and I would get that much of their subs, right? I just thought that's what I would do. Then I started to realize the industry, started to learn, started to ask more girls, I would work with more questions, started to figure out. I was like, right, I can do like a full service thing where I do chatting, blah, 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 blah. And then then me, Adam, and Jack started the agency, and like that started popping off. And like within like the first year, we was doing decent numbers. In the first 6 months, hit like our first 10K profit. And yeah, and obviously now we got an agency that does 500 grand a month, and we also have a consulting company that does 100K plus a month, right? We have like a portfolio of FM agencies that we have equity in and help them scale past 500K a month, right? And so it's pretty crazy like how the journey happened, but like throughout that time there was tons of ups and downs, right? So I didn't get it just by, there's a lot more that happened. There was a period where my mum got diagnosed with cancer as I was on the come up, and I couldn't like, nothing was working at the time. That was when I was doing dropshipping and working. I was trying to get out to work, and at that time my mum gets diagnosed with cancer, and like I couldn't do any. I felt helpless, right? And so like that lit a fire under me as well, and that helped me get to where I'm at. And there was tons of ups and downs throughout this entire journey. You know, the day after my mum got diagnosed with cancer, my girlfriend of like 2 years left me. And she just didn't see anything with me because I was just being a bum, and I was just a victim, right? So I went through all these ups and downs of failed businesses, failed side hustles. I got scammed when I was flipping Instagram pages. And I had built them up, and I'd made like a couple K, and I put all the money I'd made into this one Instagram page and grew it. And I got scammed. My life got threatened. I had the guy that wanted my Instagram page. He wanted the Instagram page because he had a massive following. It was a perfect audience for him to scam people on with like iPhones and stuff. And so like once he found out I had it, he was set on getting it from me. And so he literally would guess, he got people to show up at my house and take videos of my house, and he would threaten me saying blah blah blah. I had a police night police monitoring my house because he was like, I'm gonna like kill you and all this shit over an Instagram page. Now this is how crazy it was, like a fucking Instagram page, and I was a 18-year-old kid just trying to make money and flip Instagram pages, wasn't doing anything remotely dodgy or dangerous, and somehow I'm in this situation where some big gangster, like legit like kingpin, is trying to kill me over an Instagram page because I won't give him my Instagram page, because he'd obviously been like, let me buy it, and he'd obviously tried to scam me, like, you know, send me the account details first, I'll send you the money. And I was like, no, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, you're just going to give me the page actually. And I was like, well, no, I'm fucking not. And he was like, yeah, no, you're going to give me the page. And then he like found out where I lived and like did all this shit. I was like, what? Like, this is fucking, like, how is this happening to me? I had a hit marker put on my house. So and it was like for like 2 years or whatever, like a protection thing by the police. And if anyone showed up at my house and I accidentally could, like, even if I rung 911 and didn't say anything, I'd have like riot vans show up at my house in like X amount of time. Like my house was like on a watch list. Like it was a serious, like I'm under exaggerating. I didn't sleep for like 2 weeks. It was a serious thing. I had to go and live in a different house because it was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking kill your sister and your mom, and like, I'm going to make you look stupid. And I remember my friend from school ringing me up and was like, yo, what have you done? My brother knows all these people in the area, and he said like your face has been put in a group chat, and you've got like a bounty on you for someone to come and like fucking take a video take the Instagram account off you and take the video of you just getting fucked up, like beating the shit out of you. He was like, there's like a fucking $3,000 bounty on you. And I was like, what? Just an 18-year-old kid, like trying to, I just can't believe, and that's when I realized the world's a fucked up place, over an Instagram page. And I ended up like giving him the Instagram page. So all the money I'd poured into over the last year, flipping these things on the side, it'd taken me that long to make like $4,000 from it, or a couple grand, wherever it was, to pour into that one Instagram page, which I then lost. So this journey didn't come without its ups and downs. I didn't get that car as a trophy without all the ups and downs, right? And I'm not a car person, I'm not a petrol head. I really don't give a shit about that side of things, material. To be honest, I was a marketing write-off. But like, regardless, like this journey and the place I'm at right now didn't come with tons of ups and downs. And my mom is now completely cancer-free, which is also amazing. But at that time, I felt like my world was collapsing on me. I felt like everything was against me. And so there's been tons of ups and downs. But it's always in those downs that I've actually come out stronger and better. And so, yeah, tons of crazy shit has happened to me. I worked in a gym for a long time, and I've had a couple crazy experiences, to say the least. But I don't want this video to be like 8 hours long. So I just want to give like a brief explanation of like what it took as my journey as an entrepreneur. But you know, talking about the countless nights of just like thinking, will this ever pay off and will this ever work? And just being completely lonely, of the sense of like, you have to cut off all your friends because you're now operating on a different mindset. They don't see the vision, they don't understand the vision. So you have to cut them off, but you're not developed and you're not in a position where you can fit into a new group of friends. So there's this middle ground for a long time, for like the three to 4 year period of entrepreneurship, where I was just trying different shit and trying to make it work. And I had all these side hustles, tried all these businesses, and nothing was working. Throughout that like 4 year period where I wasn't making any money, I was probably making less than $12,000 a year probably. Through that time and trial and error, I ended up stumbling on what I do now. And within 2 years of doing this, 3 years of doing this now, it's like, and now I'm making a significant amount of money. But it took those 4 years of just like not giving up, being naive, being delusional, and going through tons of ups and downs where my life's being threatened. I think my mom's going to die. Like all these crazy, like my girlfriend left me, like all these crazy things that happen, plus a bunch of other crazy shit, which I'm just not going to get into on YouTube, which is why I do a lot of inner work. And I know there's the younger versions of myself do have trauma that affects me in my day-to-day life. And so like, that's something that I do therapy for, to become a better version of me, because it can pop up, right? Like trauma, some people don't even know that they got trauma, right? But it affects all of us. Like everyone has a level of trauma. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, feel sorry for me. I went through all these bad things. Oh, my girlfriend broke up with me. Oh, my mom got diagnosed with cancer. Oh, I nearly got killed, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just explaining my journey. And obviously there's people that have had it way worse than me, right? Like, fuck me, 4 years of that is actually like nothing. There's people that have worked for 20 years and on entrepreneurship and not seen success. So I'm extremely grateful and blessed for where I'm at. I'm not saying that, right? But I just want to give you guys a realistic experience that think and want to just get rich in 6 months and live this insane, crazy lifestyle. It just doesn't work like that. You've got to go through the journey to become that person. And that's the part that you should be looking at. Like if I could go back, I would be like, right, you're going to do 4 years. You're not going to try and make money. You're just going to become the best version of yourself in those 4 years. And you're just going to try a bunch of different shit, throw shit at the wall, see what sticks, and then pick the one thing that you feel is good for you and go all in on that, right? And so yeah, that's like literally what I did. That's how I've got to the position I'm at now. I'm 23, and life is good. Don't get me wrong, life's great. I'm still learning a lot about myself. But I just wanted to like explain that, because there's just a lot of people feel inadequate to people like me, and I just really don't want people to look at me and compare themselves or feel inadequate. So I wanted everyone that follows me, that listens to me, to know like a rough journey, more like the blueprint of what I went through, right? Like I said, this video is not to make anyone feel sorry for me. It's just for people to get a brief understanding of the stuff that you go through. And you know, obviously it's a long journey. I've been on this journey for 7 years. And so like, you know, that's like what it is. But yeah, I just think the biggest lesson in all of this is is just curiosity, naivety, delusional optimism, and doing what you want to do, right? Everyone cares too much about everyone else, and no one else's opinion matters, right? Everyone's opinion of you dies the same moment that you die. Everyone's opinion of you dies the same moment that they die. And so stop living for other people's opinions that die the moment that you die, right? Or die the moment that they die. There's no point. Like, there's really no point. And people are selfish. Like, people only really care about themselves. Like, you can embarrass yourself, make your first 100 videos online, and they all be really terrible, and you can make a fool of yourself because no one sees what you're doing. But it's that stacking up consistency over a long enough time horizon, when in 6 years' time, you're like, you know, let's just say you want to be a YouTuber. Everyone laughs at you for the first 3 years. You've only hit 1,000 subscribers in 3 years, and you've been posting every day. That 4th year, all of a sudden, you have 50 million subs, and everyone that was like looking at you like, "Hi, he's a failure," or cheering you on because they like to think that they're supporting you too. When you're not getting results, it's like they can support you because it's like they don't feel like you're better than them. As soon as you start doing better than them, they stop supporting you. And then they're like, "How the fuck did this kid get 50 million? He's so lucky." And they forget about the 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 years that you put in to look like an overnight success, right? And that's what a lot of people have on social media. And so, yeah, I think you can become wealthy fast. Now is a better opportunity than ever before. You're going to 100% get wealthy fast, but I think you need to switch your time horizon of fast. If you're thinking 6 months, a year, 2 years, I don't think you're thinking long term enough. So, like I said, you've got to go through the journey to become the person that can go and make that type of money, right? Depending on how big your goals are. So it's that quote of like, we overestimate what we can achieve in a year, but we underestimate what we can achieve in 5 years, right? So think long term. That's always really worked for me. And I always think of stuff from my 80-year-old self, right? What would my 80-year-old self think of this decision or what I'm doing right now? And I think that frame has helped me a lot. And so, yeah, there's a lot of takeaways there. But I think you just got to keep trying and just be willing to not see anything. You just got to it's like that phrase Kaizen, right? It just means getting 1% better every day. It's so true. Just get 1% better every day. Just do something every day that pushes the needle forward and have a long-term outlook. And I guarantee in 5 years, you'll be somewhere that you wouldn't have even imagined possible, right? So yeah, that's something I would say. Just work on personal development day in, day out. But yeah, I'm just looking at if there's anything on my notes I've missed. But yeah, I could make this video fucking 5 hours if I explained my full story and built advice around it. But yeah, I think that's going to be the main stuff from the video, just to give you a thing. But the takeaway is just be a delusional optimist, right? That's the takeaway from this video. Don't overcomplicate everything. Don't overcomplicate business. Don't overcomplicate life or entrepreneurship. Just curiosity, naivety, and be a complete delusional optimist. And if you do those things and you stay consistent and you be persistent and you never give up and you get 1% better every day, you will succeed. 100%, right? So yeah, stop looking for the instantaneous win. Stop chasing money, because if you chase money, it runs. And just go through the journey to become the person that can attract money, right? So yeah, that's the takeaway from this video. Hopefully you found some value, and yeah, see you at the top. Peace.